What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. So just as a disclaimer, I know I'm a little late with this one, but I wanted to give some time between my initial reaction to the reveal and this video, so I can give a more so logical take on this rather than an emotional one. My feelings haven't really changed all that much, but whatever. So last week we got our final fighter for Fighters Pass 1 for Smash Ultimate revealed. Fighter 5 is Byleth. Byleth is the main playable character from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Now, I just have to say that this is something that I saw coming, but at the same time, I really didn't. So allow me to explain. This Fighters Pass from Fighters 1 through 4 consisted of entirely third-party characters. Not only that, but some of them were gaming icons of their gaming genre. This pass was teed up to not only consist of entirely third-party characters, but some interesting ones as well. Even before the presentation, Sakurai mentioned that this character in particular was a super top secret character that even staff at Nintendo didn't know about. So when we got a Fire Emblem character, I can't say that I wasn't disappointed, because I was. I was actually pretty salty, and honestly, I think I still am, but not as salty as I was, obviously, with the initial reaction. But not at the fact that we got Byleth, or another Fire Emblem rep in general, but how this whole reveal was handled in general. In this video, I will be talking about some of my gripes with the presentation, its reveal, and how I think it could have been done a little bit differently. So with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Before we really get started, I want to make something very, very clear. I do not, and I repeat, do not hate Fire Emblem as a franchise. I have no problem with it, and I have nothing against the series whatsoever, nor do I with the Fire Emblem community. My problem with Byleth being Fighter 5 for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is, well, Byleth being Fighter 5. Nothing about this made sense to me. As I said, this pass was entirely third-party thus far. It seemed like almost a lock that we were going to get some crazy third-party rep, and we just didn't. Or maybe just a third-party rep in general. Revealing Byleth as Fighter, say, 2 or 3 would have been perfect. Then, the expectations that the fans would set for the pass may have been calmed down just a little bit. We would have had the possibility of getting first-party characters a thing out of the way. Then, it potentially would have broadened our expectations. Nothing about this was truly shocking, except for the fact that they were actually the last fighter in the pass. We got Robin and Lucina in base Smash 4, Corrin as DLC, we got Chrom in base Ultimate, and now Byleth as DLC. Also to mention, in Smash 4 DLC, we also got Roy. This isn't as crazy as it was teed up to be. The only crazy thing about this is how they chose to end this first Fighters Pass for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Revealing Byleth at a different time would have softened the blow tremendously. Ending on someone like Banjo would have been a much better plan of action, and concluded this pass on a high note. Instead, we have a solid first 4, and generally speaking, the only people that are even excited about Byleth are really Fire Emblem fans, or people that just like sorties in the game, or just people that like Byleth in general. I don't know. And that's all totally fine. That's totally fine. That's completely acceptable. I understand why you'd be excited. But again, generally speaking, most people that don't play this series couldn't care less about Byleth's inclusion. And whether they want to admit it or not, it really was inevitable in the end that we were probably going to get a new Fire Emblem character at some point in this DLC lifespan. But it didn't seem like this would be the conclusion to the pass. I feel like the order of the characters being revealed, the little speech that we got before the actual reveal of Byleth in the presentation, and the selection of only one first party rep plus them being revealed last was just poor execution. I feel like the order of these characters getting revealed and just everything was just not good. I really can't say that I thought that was a good idea. But there is a silver lining. We not just have another 5 characters coming along, another Fighters Pass, but we have 6 in the next Fighters Pass. That's 1 more than last time, and it could be estimated that we're probably going to be getting 3 characters in 2020, and the other 3 characters in 2021, since the pass is due to end December 2021. So again, that's about 3 characters per year, and that's awesome. I really like that. But here's something else. I'd like to say that I'm obviously very excited for the next wave of DLC. I couldn't be happier, and I really didn't expect another pass. Honestly, like Sakurai said in the presentation, I expected like 1, maybe 2 other characters, but 6 is just beyond what anything I've ever expected. That is incredible. This was a much bigger surprise to me than Byleth's inclusion, and it truly did take me by surprise. Like, I have to keep saying I'm so excited for 6 more characters. That's 2 more years of speculation. I'm hyped. I'm excited. But my problem with this, though, is that they didn't give us any real incentive to pick up the next pass other than the fact that we just have to trust them. Sure, we got Joker to start the first pass off, and we got a bonus of Piranha Plant plus the Rex and Pyra meat costume. And that was cool. That gave us an incentive to buy the pass. But we didn't really get that with this Fighter's Pass. Unless Fighter 6 is planned to be free, which I don't think is the case. I'm pretty sure by this time it's been confirmed that you will have to pay for this character in the pass. But again, we don't have any real incentive to buy this pass aside from the Mii Sword Fighter costume for the Ancient Armored Mii Sword Fighter. Which, come on, no one really cares about that, or at least I don't. I feel like a lot of people were kind of underwhelmed by that. I am, of course, going to buy it anyways, but not everyone is like me. If you're someone that is hesitant on buying the second volume of Fighters, I really don't blame you. Ending Fighters Pass 1 with Byleth, plus having no real bonus for buying this one other than a Mii costume, and not having any special pre-order bonus like Piranha Plant, I can see why people would be skeptical about this. But again, I want to repeat myself. I will be buying it. I will definitely be buying it. I trust Sakurai with the next 6 characters despite the whole Byleth thing, and I know that there will be something in here for me to enjoy, just like Fighters Pass 1 did. But I can't ignore how Fighters Pass 1's conclusion was handled, and the selling point for the second volume of Fighters, at least for now, just isn't there yet, and again, I cannot ignore that. That is just a fact. I feel like there is no real selling point for the second volume other than us needing to trust them. But if there is no trust because of Byleth getting revealed last, I mean, I don't know. If you want to look at the bigger picture and look at the base roster, you want to look at Fighters Pass 1 in general, if you want to trust Sakurai, that's sort of what I'm going off of, you know. I trust him. I really do. I expect Nintendo and Sakurai to go into this next wave, guns blazing, and be able to sell people on it. Because I am a bit concerned. But the first one sold incredibly well. I just hope the second one does too. I can't help but lower my expectations for the next wave of DLC a little bit. I guess I'm calmed down, you know. I'm excited. I'm not crazy bouncing off the walls hype, but I'm calmed down. You know, I'm like, okay, let's look forward to these next characters and let's see what they have. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. Again, I want to make that very clear. I'm not trying to sound ungrateful. Sakurai and his team worked so hard on this game. The base roster was insane, bringing back every fighter and giving us new base roster characters on top of that. And I enjoyed this wave of DLC very much. I did. I can't thank Sakurai enough for the amount of work and the amount of care that he has put into Ultimate so far. And what he will continue to be putting into it in the future over the next couple of years. I will forever be thankful. But I am able to put that all aside and recognize that announcing Byleth last and not really having much of a selling point for the next wave of DLC at this time was not a great plan. But despite that, I am excited for what's to come again. But I'm not hyped like I was when, say, the pass was first revealed or during Joker's inclusion or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. Byleth, despite being an anticlimactic end to this pass, for me personally, looks like a fun character, and I am excited to try Byleth out. I'm happy for all the Fire Emblem fans that are excited for this character, and despite the presentation's shortcomings, I am excited for the future of Smash Ultimate. Let me know your thoughts down below on the presentation as a whole, and let me know how you feel about the next wave of DLC. Don't forget to do that, like the video, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more Smash Ultimate content. I have a Twitter, Twitch, and also a Discord for you all to join. The links to those will be in the description. So thank you all again so much for watching, and until the next video, I will catch you all later. Bye-bye.